Welcome inside RIZE Sports Complex as we continue our coverage of RIZE Basketball here on JRM Sports. Alongside David McDermott, Matt Fargo here with you. A Friday night showdown for Team RIZE and Wildcat Select in store for you as we lift the lid on another weekend of AAU basketball, David.
Yeah, the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame circle. We have 13 teams here this weekend. RIZE will be in action again tomorrow as well, but as the coaches told us before this game, competition is ramping up, and this should be a really good AAU test for both of these teams. Both of these guys are some local products. You see in the face-off, in the tip-off circle, you got Mamadou Kane and then J.D. Perkins, who used to play for RIZE, so we got some familiar foes.
Yeah, a little bit of a history there as RIZE wins the jump, and we're underway here on JRM Sports. You're watching coverage of RIZE basketball, and RIZE falling their first time in the AAU circuit last weekend and seeing what that will do, the adjustments made, and just maybe from a mental standpoint as they come up empty on that first transition up the floor.
Little zone defense to start out for Wildcat. They know their scouting report with Mamadou Kane.
Luke Rickle missed his shot. He controls it again here for the Wildcat Select. Perkins back over to the far wing, and Urin. Ball knocked out. Sticks with the Wildcats, no score, and curious to see from an offensive perspective. Seemed like RIZE did a pretty nice job defensively last weekend, but need to make sure the offense is. There's a closely guarded 5 seconds.
And it's going to be interesting tonight for JB and for Mamadou Kane. Usually don't play guys your size, especially in 15U. So this is good for both of them. There's a 5 second. He just couldn't get out of the way of Mamadou. And then on the other side, they're going to be guarding each other all night long. So it should be interesting for both of these guys. And a little confusion out of the referees to start. Basketball might be a little flat. Yep.
Okay,
playing college roles. They didn't know if they were doing high school or. But I know AAU usually, like me and you have talked about it a bunch.
No closely guarded because of the shot clock. Thanks to the official to come over and give us the explanation.
We got some familiar faces now. I mean, they said hello to me in the parking lot. They're all excited that we were doing a game again, and they've been really helpful to us too. And I think they appreciate us doing some AAU in the off season here. It's been fun, and with college roles, everything's a little bit different.
4 to shoot. Throwing up a 3 off the rim is Bartow. Rebound to RIZE. Mamadou Kane passing inside to Toll. Lost it out of bounds. Wildcats basketball. Still no score.
Sherman White telling everybody you got to play with your hands up, not down, especially on offense. Mamadou Kane, you might not expect a 6'8" guy running the floor giving you that pass, but you just got to be ready for it. But so far, both of these teams feeling each other out again. Competition is going to be a little bit tougher this weekend, so both of these teams trying to slow down offensively and take some good shots. Both of them have had a really good AAU season so far.
Raquel headed off to Ford. Raquel back to Urin. Amongst the trees inside, moved it outside, and a shot clock violation.
And you see the coaches on their feet for RIZE. You got to love a shot clock violation. And the biggest thing so far, Wildcat, it seems, they just are not getting screens to really stick. I mean, the ball handlers have no space, and they got to pick up their dribble and look for somebody cutting.
Steals near side, and Guyton down low to Southall and around the horn into the near wing corner. 3 on the way, and it's drained by Shamir Guyton. Wildcats trying to get on the board offensively as well. Perkins in the lane.
RIZE does such a good job switching, and that's going to be a travel. JB tried to get a little bit of extra space on Mamadou Kane there for that hook shot. But again, they're trying to set these screens, and RIZE just does such a good job switching. So it's just, you're always going to have guys that can guard from 1 through 5 on the court, and then you just are expecting so much more space off of that screen, and nothing so far for Wildcat Elite.
Cohen Ford and Malcolm Fry check in for the Wildcats, so they're the only two subs are playing with 7 guys, so something to keep an eye on as this game wears on. 3 that goes off the mark for Drew Steele, and a foul off the rebound. Going to go against the Wildcats. They'll send Mamadou Kane to the line for a 3-point play.
What's
so battle there.
Interesting to me with Sharman White is he's so confident in his free throw shooters. Actually, they'll let them get back. But I've seen him sometimes. He says, foul shooter stays there. I need to talk to you guys about defense. And he's going to make it so we don't even need an offensive rebounder. But everybody's set back up.
Mamadou Kane converts at the line. 6-0 Rise. 3 minutes into this ball game.
Little 3-2 zone from Rise here.
Into the corner, it's Fry. Scored pass forward to Urin. Well off the mark there and out of bounds.
This is what Rise has been doing a lot of teams so far. Again, they only lost 1 game against a really good Philly Select team. And this defense, it just suffocates you. You start rushing those 3-pointers. I mean, that was NBA range there, and you just don't get your feet set. And before you know it, you're down 6 already to start this game, and you feel like you really haven't done anything too wrong.
3 ball from the corner pocket, doesn't fall for Tall. Southall got the rebound, no look pass, and it gets intercepted, taken away by Cohen Ford, led it ahead to Urin, who goes through everybody, gets it blocked, steals with a rejection there, and they'll say Urin was the last to touch it.
I like it. You want to try to get them out of that zone, and you want to go fast break as many times as you can there, but when you got Drew Steele and Mamadou Kane down low, it's going to be tough for this team to create some space.
Far side, Tall, a triple in this one. 3 ball from the corner pocket.
We've seen it since this AAU season started. You get him on the left or right baseline, it is going to be cash. He missed his first one. You know he's not going to miss 2 in a row.
9-0 lead for Rise.
Adam Bosco, the head coach, as that's a big 3. It's open. But he's telling his point guard, they got to penetrate the zone somehow. Again, that wasn't the most comfortable shot in the world. It went in that time, but they got to look for better opportunities.
It puts them on the scoreboard. Here's Rise, another 3 from Toll. This one short. Chased down by Toll in the corner. Came out. Southall moved it out to Steeles. He'll try for a triple, and yes, Drew Steeles.
4 different players with 3 points for Rise again. Nobody's selfish. Everybody's distributing the basketball well here, and I love the offensive rebounding early on.
2 local programs going at it. With that 3 going off the mark, Kane getting the rebound. A couple more fans in the stands for 2 local AAU programs. Southall down low, back outside to Tall. Hesitated and fouled. That hesitation drew contact there from Cohen Ford.
And that's one thing that Toll's trying to unlock this offseason. He's doing a really good job. We know he can shoot the 3 ball, but if you can penetrate too, you get guys starting to jump like that, you can get some easy layups. Good job there drawing a foul. And we've got some different guys shooting, it seems like some social media content too. I mean, the AAU season, as soon as this competition starts ramping up, you got more people that want to watch these games. Rise again, they're 13-1. They've played so well so far in this season.
Kane in the lane, yes. Mid-range game continues to develop.
And what he's working on is if you can start scoring away from the basket, people are going to start cheating on you, and then you can get those easy dunks and layups down low as well. Here's this 3-2 zone again that's given him fits so far.
Fry over to Ford. Fry swings it to Urin. Floater, too much on it. Southall received it. Here's Guyton bouncing inside. Southall and Mamadou Kane missing the first one, but Southall finishing and putting in the 2 and a timeout taken by the Wildcats.
Yeah, they're stumped right now. Every single starter has a basket now. Again, good turnaround jumper right there by Mamadou Kane. And then that inside pass right there by Guyton. Mamadou Kane actually gets blocked there, but Rob Southall doing a good job crashing the boards and putting it right back up for an easy 2 points.
It's not every day you see Mamadou Kane getting blocked.
JB is just as big as Mamadou Kane, and he can do it defensively, but now JB somehow has to try to get open for Wildcat down low. Right now, that 3-2 zone, we didn't see Rise really play it, but again, this is the type of season where you can work on zone defense, man-to-man. We know they can all guard from point guard to center, so it's nice to see him trying some zone too. we talked about Sharman White, how impressive his whole coaching philosophy is and his resume and all these things these young guys are learning. I mean, they're up by 13, but Sharman White's in there drawing up multiple plays, making sure these guys are on their A game. And right now, I mean, RIZE is just, every team they face is just, they are stumped when they see this defense and this size they got to go against.
So a chat during this timeout. Both teams get 3 timeouts for the game. Been a game played much outside of the perimeter. Haven't seen too much on the inside. RIZE has been able to get a couple of paint points. See what Wildcats come up with out of the timeout. Raquel. Malcolm Fry guarded against Southall. Bardo. Foul line extended. Fry spinning, buying separation, moved it back outside Raquel for 3, and he drains it.
Again, it wasn't comfortable, but it works there. I thought there might be a travel on Fry. It does not get it. And RIZE went with man-to-man defense there, so they're giving them multiple different looks.
Mamadou from the elbow. This time doesn't go. Eric Cracion checked into the game and providing defense there in the backcourt. Deep 3 on the way from Bardo. Doesn't go. And Sumari chases down the loose basketball and brings it up. Drew Steele.
It's almost like Wildcats so rushed they know they can't get good shots off. Anything early, those 3-pointers they want to try to take.
3 that from the near side doesn't go for Sumari, and then put back nicely by Eric Cracion. Deep 3, Raquel. This one doesn't go. Cracion catch and shoot 3 from the corner. That won't fall. Rebound finally won by Ford and escorted ahead by Fry into the corner. Raquel feeds it down low. It's taken away. Sumari with the steal. Sumari going coast to coast and book him 2 off the window. Raquel on the far side. J.B. Perkins. Ball movement here for Ford.
I mean, that was unorthodox, but
found a way to fall that one in.
That was one of those floaters. As soon as you release, Matt, you're like, I hope that had enough touch on it.
3, Cracion, pure. (23-8) advantage. Raquel.
This has been the issue. They've been just stuck on the perimeter. You got to try to get some easier shots right there. You have a hand in your face trying to shoot a fadeaway 3, and you still got 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Southall pulls up, top of the key 3. No good. Perkins, an easy rebound. Long pass ahead to get it to Fry, who's stuck in the paint, pulled it outside. Perkins a triple. That doesn't fall, off a few shoes and out of bounds. They're going to say RIZE has the possession as Urin and Bartow return. Down low to Kane, a little reverse. No, gets his own garbage and recycles.
How many times have we seen that? He goes right back up for a shot right away, always. Get yourself a rebound and some points.
It's the comfortable part of his game. Not afraid to miss. And that's going to be over and back. Yep.
And they have just been suffocating all the guards for Wildcat. They can't get the ball inside, and then that perimeter defense, they double you as soon as they get a chance. Another steal for Rise.
That's the great word to use from this defensive performance in the first half. It has been suffocating.
Yeah, I mean, there's some very talented guards over there at Wildcat. They're just not – they're showing them zone, they're showing them man, and it's just right now you need to try to get some guys cutting inside, and if you can't, they're going to make you take some uncomfortable threes. And so far, that's what Wildcat has had to go with pretty much all offensively.
Pickett couldn't come up with that three. Raquel back the other way for the Wildcats. Back out to Bartow. And they're right back to where they've been. Raquel outside, got defender to leave the feet. Bartow was able to move it back inside. And a foul call.
That's what you need. You need a couple shot fakes there. Just try to get Rise out of their zone as best as you can. Get everybody moving. Again, a couple inside points might end up opening up that three-pointer for you. Right now, they are just circling the basketball around that three-point line.
Curran. Raquel back outside. Ford tried to reverse his shot. Wasn't able to do it. It got tipped nicely. That was Pickett who got his hand in the way, and then this one goes out of bounds on the other side for a foul. And it will send Mamadou Kane back to the line. He's 1 for 1 today. Rattles that one home.
I don't think a lot of people talk about it. We talked about it in the regular season for Swickley. Mamadou Kane is a very good free throw shooter for a big guy. So a lot of coaches might say hack him until he does, but then he makes both of his free throws.
Yep. See Chris Toll check into the lineup for Rise. Saw last weekend what he can do from beyond the arc. I know him to be the defensive guy that he is, but also developing his shooting ability from outside.
What's so cool with his brother is one's known more for their offense, one's more for their defense. So the one-on-ones are always fun, and then you can teach each other everything you want in the backyard.
Yeah, I have to imagine those driveway showdowns have to be pretty good. Shot off the mark by Sines. Elliott Sines hasn't seen a whole lot of action today. That three doesn't go for Nolan Reed. Reed gets a rebound. Nice ball movement here by Rise. Outside Tall, one more pass. Reed, no. Deep three. Short. Put back Perkins. Nope, that doesn't fall. And out of bounds off of the Wildcats. No, they're going to call foul there on the Wildcats. Is Raquel going to pick up the foul? Fourth foul on Wildcats. And they're going to say that ball was out of bounds.
Gets a little tight over there on the other side with the stands.
Official was tight-roping to stay out of the way there.
Shout out to our officials. I would imagine we'll see them all weekend, just like we saw some of the same refs last weekend.
Rise gets a turnover. Reed up the floor. Eyeing Pickett, a triple. That's short, off a few hands and chased down out of bounds off of Rise. 4:41 to go here in the first half.
Rise has been putting up 70 to 80 points a game, so Wildcats doing a good job slowing Rise down a little bit. Now offensively, they just got to try to get something going. 8 points.
Pull up at the elbow. Doesn't fall for Malcolm Fry. Here's Pickett. Reed.
He was surprised by that. He said, oh, wait a minute.
That had a little mustard on it. Tall. Southall, deep two. Where'd it go? Raquel back in transition, handing it off to Urin.
Good job to get that ball back out.
Three that doesn't fall for Signs, and out of bounds off of Rise, so sticks with Wildcats. 3:43, 27-8.
Matt, that's what I was kind of preaching for Wildcat. There's going to be open you got to get it down low, and then you can go right back up top. But you just need to show a little bit of a threat down low, and then you'll get everybody spaced out just a hair there for Wildcat. All these shots have been pretty tough, and bad news, Mamadou Kane comes back in, so those layups are about to get a little bit harder as well.
Tipped away there by Toll.
Good read there. A little bit of a lazy pass up top, and you know Toll's always going to be there trying to get that steal.
Take it away. Toll with the steal. Southall. Guyton steals. Mamadou. Chris the steal. And just couldn't finish it on the triple there.
Really good ball movement. Very unselfish. Thought Mamadou Kane might take that three.
Like the extra pass by Mamadou there. Three that falls this time for Luke Raquel.
Raquel's having a good game. 8 points out of the 11 so far for Wildcat. If he gets open from that beyond the arc mark, you're going to see some extra attention to him the rest of this game.
Guyton bouncing as he fell to the floor. Mamadou on the left hand. Not enough touch on that one. Raquel in transition threw that one to the Rise bench.
Again, Wildcats doing a very good job defensively. They're really slowing Rise down. Now you just got to try to cash in on some of those fast break points. Rise has been around this 25, 27-point mark now for a little over 3 minutes. So defensively, they figured it out. Now, got to do everything you can to try to chip back into this game. Still down 16 with about 2:30 to go.
Steals. Pulling up for a triple. Not on target. Ford getting to his pocket pick by Drew Steele. Back comes Drew. Stopping. Mamadou thought about the three. No look pass into the corner. Triple by Guyton.
When you got your 6'8" center throwing no look pass to top of the key and faking a three-pointer, I mean, as a coach, you just go, all right, we got to just try to play better defense. I mean, what a play by Mamadou Kane. Way to cash that in for Guyton.
Going forward. Raquel driving. Raquel on the floor. Fouled.
Raquel's been the guy so far to show he can penetrate this defense. It's just he's getting a lot of extra attention so far in this game. So it'll still be Wildcat ball. Cracion checks back in for Guyton.
Minute 30 to go in the first half. Southall getting into that passing lane. Fry spins in the lane, fades away. Denied. Cracion got the loose basketball, led it ahead to Samari. Samari, a baseline floater. That doesn't fall. And it's taken down by Fry and a foul. Nope, jump ball. Arrow in favor of the Wildcats. What a way to play. First half, 30-11. Rise on top of the Wildcats. Day one of this tournament here at RIZE Sports. Drew steals another steal. That was one-on-one crime there. And how about Mamadou? Can't finish the dunk.
Mamadou smiling, got a little bit excited as he's saying sorry to Sharman White real fast there. He goes, listen, I thought I had an easy dunk there. Don't see many 15-year-olds bending the rim, too. I was a little nervous for that, but it bounces right back. There's those active hands by Drew Steele again. He makes it so hard even to get the ball up the court.
And that's going to be a foul on Cracion. Perkins and Aaron check back in. 40 seconds to go. It was a neat steal there by Drew Steele.
I mean, he just always has so good of active hands. We saw it in the Swickley season as well. I mean, anytime a ball handler is just getting a little bit loose on that dribble, he's going to get his hand in there. And it's so impressive because a lot of guys, would be a lot of reach-in fouls. He really doesn't commit that many fouls either.
Bartow almost lost control of it. Cracion guarding him. Signs, dribbles left side of the lane, doesn't go. And Kane gets the basketball. 15 seconds to play. Shot clock didn't reset. RIZE could have just...
They could have just kept going.
Yeah, they could have.
The shot clock should have just been off. But, I mean, again, it happens. Some of these refs aren't used to the AAU rules or high school rules. So, shot clock is off. 12.7 to go for RIZE.
I said it as it went off. I went, well, that's not right. Inbounding is Steele with 12 seconds. Reed is out of bounds.
Yeah, his back foot there. He just kicked it out when he was about to take that shot. But everybody makes mistakes. Yep. I said face-off circle as soon as we started, so you know.
In a way, matter of speaking. 5 seconds. A little up and under attempt by Ford. And a last-ditch effort by Kane ends the first half. RIZE rising to the occasion here on Friday night, leading 30-11 here at the break. We'll step aside as well. We'll come back with second half action. You're watching live coverage of RIZE basketball right here on JRM Sports. No rest for the weary here at RIZE as we welcome you into second half coverage. RIZE leading Wildcats 30-11 as we begin the second half with David McDermott. I'm Matt Fargo, our JRM production crew on this Friday night in Leetsdale. 3-ball Mamadou Kane, and that's a benefit of not having much time between halves.
Stay hot. And we were just talking about how he needs to extend his range. I mean, if he can start hitting three-pointers, I don't know how you defend him at that point.
Oh, man, I mean, he's a guy like a Cameron Johnson at that point in terms of the size and ability. If you could start kind of in a reverse order of where Cam got his success, but
if you're 6'8", if you can just every year, we saw him this year, mid-range game start to develop. If he can get an outside game too, I mean, you can do everything at that point. And RIZE, they got a minute water break. They're ready to go. We're supposed to have a 5-minute halftime. They were ready to go after just a quick break. Just a well-oiled machine so far here for RIZE. Again, they are playing some of the top AAU competition locally that you can play, and I mean, they have just made it look easy so far in these tournaments, only dropping one game.
3 on the way. Raquel off target. Long pass from Kane. It finds its receiver in Pickett for the 2.
Defender was surprised that ball went so high and Pickett was there. Perfect pass by Mamadou Kane, and Pickett cashes in for RIZE.
Mamadou Kane showing arm skills too.
He's trying to show it all off. We'll see what he does here on this fast break.
Drops it off for Steele, who drills a 3.
Drew Stills has taken 2 shots, 2 threes. They both went in. Again, one of the rare things about Drew Stills, he plays point guard, and he's all over playing defense and getting assists for everyone on his team. Very unselfish.
There's Perkins getting a bucket. I really like Drew Stills' games. We talked about what he did in the state championship. Pickett, wow. When you're on, you're on, and now everybody joining in on the 3-party.
And, I mean, it's just the guards for RIZE. You can talk about all of them. You can talk about both Toll brothers. You can talk about Pickett. You can talk about Drew Steele. Nolan Reed last weekend scored 20 points. I mean, they're just deep all over.
And then you try to go inside, and that's a difficult story as well.
Raub Southall is 6'5". A lot of times that's the biggest guy you'll see on the court. If you get past him like Perkins just did, then you have Mamadou Kane as well. There's that awesome outlet pass by Mamadou Kane, and Pickett cashed in for RIZE. Mamadou Kane, again, nice find there to Drew Steele. I don't know how many times back-to-back buckets that Mamadou Kane gets an assist, but he's just trying to show off he can pass, too. Perkins makes the first.
Off the mark, but great rebound there.
Look how fast they're right back up the court. I mean, it is unbelievable.
Pickett.
Sharman Waite was yelling as soon as we box out, somebody get up. They had 2 guards already behind the hoop, ready to go. And that's an easy 2 points. Things like that you don't really think about, but I mean, like, if you can steal 6 to 8 points a game just doing that, it's unbelievable how well coached these guys are this weekend so far.
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And that's a one-handed jam. Drew Steele with authority.
Respectfully, Drew Steele, we didn't know you had that in you.
Perkins comes up empty. Brandon Pickett steps back, short on the 3. Raquel the rebound. He'll eye up a 3. And again, goes short. No look again. Steals. Oh, he can do it all.
He can do whatever he wants right now. He already has 8 points in this second half. And what a dunk by Drew Steele. He's listed at 6 foot tall. That's it. And I mean, he got above the rim there. As I hope we have, there's the layup. And then here's his dunk. Watch him get way on top of that basketball, palm it, and a big slam on the right hand, and then there's his three-pointer, a little step back. I mean, he knew that was in. He looked away as soon as he shot it. He looked at the bench. But, I mean, what a second half for Drew Steele.
Some great shots from the floor from our JRM crew.
Shout out to the JRM crew tonight. They got Ultimate Frisbee for the first time. We got AAU Basketball going on everywhere. We're all over the place.
All over the place.
We're covering RIZE Basketball for the whole entire AAU season. We got another game tomorrow.
Yep, more basketball comes your way 2 o'clock tomorrow here on JRM. More RIZE Basketball. Right back at it, and we'll have another game for you on Sunday. I believe that game's at noon.
Imagine being 15 years old and dunking that easy, by the way. It wasn't ever there for me. I'm 6'1". I mean, I was rim grazing when I was 18.
Only thing I was dunking is donuts and Oreos.
I was like, yeah, I can dunk. And they go, what's like the catch? I was like, well, it's with a tennis ball.
Yeah. Yep.
Drew Steele is 15 years old. Palm the basketball, right-hand slam. It's unbelievable the talent that we're seeing. And that's what's so fun about the AAU season. You never know what you're going to see or what team's going to come in here and play.
The ear-to-ear grin for Steele's after he successfully did that.
I know at least one person that's going to watch the replay on YouTube tonight. Probably be on the Instagram later. Because one of his buddies goes, I dunked. He's like, I don't believe you. Yep. And then he's like, well, listen here. It was on JRM.
Right. Ball movement here by this RIZE squad. Stop and pop. Pick it. They get a rebound. Southall goes to work against Perkins. Oh, doesn't get the rebound. Pickett tried to recycle it, could not. I got the whole team to stand up, thought he had outsmarted Perkins. Perkins fading away. Too much.
Just an uncomfortable shot. Like the move, but Mamadou Kane has a hand in your face. RIZE is playing man there, so they kind of just went ISO there.
Steals another one. Rims out. Good take to the basket. Draws a foul for Malcolm Fry.
As I like to joke, we're about to see a line change here for RIZE as we'll have 4 new players in the game.
Sumare, Reed, Cracion, and Toll. Chris Toll. Are in. Missed the shot, get the rebound. To the rack. And fouled one more time.
Good move again by Malcolm Fry. He should just try to penetrate a little bit more. I think that's been the whole issue tonight for Wildcat, is just trying to get some inside penetration down low against this zone or when they go man.
A little easier from a size perspective when you don't have Mamadou or
that's
Southall
when you're a guard and you're trying to always dribble, obviously, with your head up, and then when you say, all right, I'm going to try to create some space and go for a layup here, and then you just see Mamadou Kane, 6'8", and his wingspan's about 7 feet.
Some pressure in the backcourt here from the Wildcats. Samari causes a turnover, or it did momentarily. They'll call 10 seconds.
And I like it. Wildcats showing something a little bit different. It's a continuous clock right now, so now it's like, all right, we got 9 minutes here. Let's learn. What can we do a little bit better going into Saturday and Sunday in this tournament? RIZE is probably one of the better teams here. So, again, you can't beat yourself up.
The question here is, did the Wildcats possess the ball? I think they did. I think they possessed the ball, and then RIZE got a steal that would not have been a backcourt 10-second violation.
So they're going to give it the Wildcat. But I completely get what you're saying. I think they did have possession, but I think it's because they already made that call. And then
Sharman agrees. See?
Yeah, Sharman doesn't like it.
He is smiling. Yeah, I think we're all going to watch that one back.
Yeah, and I think the refs sometimes politely say, "Hey, you're up 31 points."
Right,
You know,
sure.
I mean, I know you're coaches. They play until the last possible, or coach until the last possible whistle.
No
He's
doubt.
like,
You want possessions for your guys. I mean, you could almost argue is Perkins going to get the bucket there. You could almost argue that the possessions in AAU are even more vital. Like, you want to see what your team can do. Reed looking for a three, and he'll find it.
It's just unbelievable how many guys can shoot threes on this team. And that's just basketball now. I mean, 1 through 5 are going to be able to. We see Mamadou Kane cash in on one. Nolan Reed, again, he had 20 points last weekend. He can fill up the score sheet.
Ford moved it out. Perkins, he'll show his range. Drains a three.
Getting a little hot. He has 8 points in this second half, finally finding a groove.
Gracion joins the party with a three from the wing.
That's the biggest hit. You started to start playing speed with Rise. They're just going to do it right back to you and cash in on a three as well.
Long pass, Gracion wide open.
That's them leaking again. I mean, it's unbelievable how they just can find those soft spots, and nobody even sees them sneaking all the way back there. You don't expect your center there to be all the way up the court, but he's ready for it right away.
Fry gets separation, but steals. Comes from behind. Drew steals tonight.
It's been a coming out party the last 3 months for Drew Steele. We know how good that state final game, he stepped up, and he was behind on the depth chart. There's just so many good guards for Swickley, and I mean, he's been so impressive that final game and this AAU season. He's been unbelievable. So you see that three by Gracion that cashed in. But Drew Steeles, what a game for him. I mean, it is just unbelievable, all the talent. And there's that leak right there by Gracion to cash in as well.
Perkins at the line here and comes up short. Rise leading 56-22 and running clock territory for Rise. Couple subs in for Wildcats. Perkins second.
Cashes in on that one. Up to 9. Now we got some cameras to it, right, too.
Yeah,
I'm breaking the fourth wall, but we're getting
what's
video.
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. That's not our guys.
No, that's not.
I don't know what camera to look
radio.
at. Yeah, I was like, "What? Come on, guys." We're going to charge them for that.
Yeah, I know. Pickett. No on the first two attempts. Perkins gets the ball, throws it away. Toll almost take it away.
They got to get it over.
And I guess they just did. Another three attempt from Perkins, no good. Second try at it, converting Xavier Bartow. Toll. Floater, yes, drops in the two.
Love that from Toll. They might have thought he was going to try to hit that three, penetrates little floater. Nice 2 points for Chris Toll.
Loose, getting dirty on the floor.
Heads up, Matt.
They're going to call, a foul.
Right here, white ball.
On Rise, that's the sixth.
I'm going to compliment them again, too. Look, they're fighting for baskets up 32 points right now. It's just how they're coached. It's unbelievable to me. Just tenacious. Never giving up on a ball. People, they don't think basketball is a physical sport. I mean, watch Rise play defense for 10 minutes.
Or ask a team that's played them how they feel in the morning.
Watch out.
Reed off the mark. And a foul off that rebound as Gracion traced it down. Tall, Gracion, three, that doesn't go. Fry loves that penetration. He pulls it out. Forward throws one to the rack. Doesn't go. Reed pulling up. Wide open attempt here for Fry.
We got a dunk over there, too. Good dunk by Fry as well. Again, at 15 years old, everybody's dunking with ease now. I'm just shocked. Maybe a little jealous, a little envy.
That's a lot on this side, I tell you.
I mean, there's no reaction, too. Just like, all right, yeah, I dunked on the way back. I love it, though, when you can tell that they haven't been dunking too long. They kind of think about it as soon as when they're like, okay, layup, or is coach going to yell at me if I miss this dunk? But I got to dunk.
Yeah, because I've been working on it in practice. Never done it in a game before. Raquel, guarded by Reed, got his pocket picked by Sumare. And a steal and rejection there.
Good job not giving up on that for Bartow as well.
That was a great play coming from behind for Xavier.
This will be a good teaching moment for Wildcat, too. I heard Adam Bosco, their head coach, played at St. Vincent, good D3 hooper. I mean, Rise is always talking on defense, and they're up by 30 points. That's what you want here from your AAU team is another, and you see how many steals they cash in on from everybody just communicating.
Called outside. Guyton, no. Wildcats still attacking. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in this one.
And again, the one thing for Wildcat I'd say in this game, they slowed down Rise in that first half. We've seen Rise put up 80, almost 90 points in some of these games. It's just that Rise defense, it takes a lot of adjusting, and we've seen that Philly team's the only one that's really cracked it. And even that game, it was back and forth. Matt, I think you know everybody, by the way.
I don't know about that.
Breaking the fourth wall a little bit here, but even the refs know Matt at all times.
Bartow converts.
Good pass.
Oh, yes, two more for Chris Toll. And again, explanation point to this victory for Rise. Another trip to the line here for the Wildcats.
Clock's
still at the line, yep.
Still running here, so we might get one or two more possessions for Rise. Raquel's had a good night, too. That's his 9th point.
That'd have to be weird to be at the line and with the clock.
With the clock running, you always feel like it's a little bit of extra pressure on you.
At least I would.
He makes another one. 10 points for Raquel. Nice night for him as well.
28-point advantage. Pickett doesn't get the roll. Out of bounds. We'll have one more inbound here.
Going to take their time here with the continued clock. Might just dribble it out.
That'll be your ball game. Rise starts off the weekend hot. They win it 60-32 over Team Wildcat. And continue what has been an impressive start to this AAU season.
I could have lost track, but it's either 12 or 13-1 at this point. We'll be back tomorrow for another game in this Naismith tournament weekend. 13 teams, so everybody, if you're looking for some basketball action, we'll be here Saturday. We'll be here Sunday as AAU season feels like it never stops. But what a good night one win here for Team Rise, 60-32. And again, Matt, real quick before we close it out, what's so impressive to me is you had Mamadou Kane with 14, You had Drew Steele with 13 and a dunk, but almost every single player did score for RIZE tonight, all 10. You had multiple guys with double digits, and it just shows you again, this defense, again, they just slow you down, and they do such a good job. You see most of these highlights. We got some dunks, some steals, some blocks. Again, RIZE has been dominant, and another good night performance here for Team RIZE, as we'll be back here tomorrow.
60-32, the final. RIZE takes down Team Wildcat. For Damon McDermott and our entire JRM production crew, I'm Matt Fargo saying thanks so much for watching this presentation of RIZE Basketball here on JRM Sports. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.